Previously on Need for Speed Road Challenge, we did the Open Road Knockout Challenge. Yeah, okay. We did the Open Road Knockout Challenge previously, and now it is time for us to move on to our next tournament event, which should be the International Supercar Series. Some of the most expensive production automobiles in the world race in this event, organised for expert level racers. So we have a choice of 3 cars for this event. We can either use the Porsche 911, the Lamborghini Diablo SV, and the Ferrari F50. We get a total of 175 grand if we can win overall, and I know precisely what car it is I'm going to use for this because, well, there is a one-make event which follows up from this car also. And the tracks we are going to include Celtic Ruins, Kindiac Park, Landstrasse, Route à Dampf, followed by Durham Road, then Dolphin Cove, and Snowy Ridge for our concluding race. And I have decided, because this is probably the best option for me to have on all fronts, I am gonna get the Porsche 911. And even though the other cars may pretty much be better than the Porsche overall, I can at least say the Porsche has good braking and handling, and so that is why I'm going to buy this thing. I'm also going to put the upgrades on, because I figured at this point it's imperative that I do get the upgrades installed on this thing, so it's at least race ready. And stage 3 upgrade, well, we'll see how we go for the first couple of races, and then we'll decide whether or not we either do or don't need the stage 3 upgrade on this thing. Because I do have some reasonable upgrades on this thing already, but again, we'll never know until we have done the first race. And then, since we also have basically 7 races to go through here, I would think we'll be okay altogether, as long as I can make a comeback. So here we go. And already getting a reasonable launch off the line here. Also, the reason I chose to get this thing in yellow is technically because up to this point in the game, I've not driven any cars in yellow, at least not until now. And so far at least, we're actually doing pretty good, all things considered, as I am already up into 4th position in the first couple of corners or so. So, pretty decent start altogether, as I'm already up 2 positions. And that's a wall. But anyway, I am slowly manoeuvring my way through the field and trying to see if I can clear the Diablo just up ahead of me. I think at least half of us in this field basically have to be a swarm of bees, because we're basically driving in yellow. At least I think we feel like a swarm of bees. Or we could just be daffodils, but anyways. up into third position as I'm passing another one of the Lamborghinis, and just keeping this thing under control. Speed, unfortunately, is not my friend at this stage, but either way, I am keeping up with the leaders. I am not falling too far behind at this stage, even though I can definitely say the AI at this stage are getting well aggressive. Certainly more aggressive than I would want them to be personally.
You're in 4th place. It's the final lap.
And I'm definitely having to get the elbows out if I want to fight for a podium here. And I cannot stay out of the wall. And it looks as though that straight line disadvantage I have is really starting to come to full fruition. So maybe I should have put on the Stage 3 upgrade coming into this, because I appear to be underpowered. Well, at least I can say this thing is okay in the wet. I've been keeping up with the leaders, I've not been falling too far behind, but either way, I wouldn't say it's been a good thing so far, because I've really had to get the elbows out just to get where I am now. And hopefully I can potentially get myself up into second, maybe. Oh, and I think the Ferrari just spun there. That does now move me up into second as a result of me having the better handling. Don't think I'm going to win this thing, but second is still a good place to start. Although it's probably going to be third now because of my straight line speed disadvantage, but whatever.
You placed 3rd.
Okay. First thing I've learned is I do need all 3 upgrades on.
3, 2.
And Nemesis won that first race, as of which he too had driven a Porsche 911, and he did manage to win the race as a result of him having the best handling car.
Congratulations! You've got a top time for this track.
But it's fine, because we still have many more races to go. I'm also pretty sure that because the money is going to be bigger now, I've got plenty more races to recover from this. Still got 6 races to go. I would have said it was a decent start overall, considering how we were racing in the wet. And now I've got all the upgrades on, and hopefully I can manage to mount a challenge to the leaders this time. Since I have learned the Porsche was the best handling car at Celtic Ruins, but yet the only disadvantage I had in that race was speed. Well, that aside from making a plethora of mistakes, but either way, I can at least say this thing does handle pretty well. And now that I've got all the upgrades on, maybe I will have a shot at winning. I keep forgetting how short first gear is. And again, these cars definitely feel faster than what I am personally used to at this stage of the game. and I am dropping back relatively early on. And I really am starting to question why I chose to use the Porsche for this. Well, I guess I just chose it for the handling. That's about it, really. But aside from that, I don't really think there's anything else except for the handling. Has been the only reason why I decided to use this thing. Oh yeah, the one make event. There's also that. But anyway. Well, at least I can say this car handles pretty well. And I think on a racetrack like Kindiak Park, where there's plenty of corners, this could be used to my advantage because I'm not having to be as reliant on speed as I am on handling. And at the moment at least, considering how at one point I thought for sure I was not going to be a contender,
You're in second place. It's the final lap.
I'm actually doing not too badly at the moment. Although I would like it if I can get to the lead. Because if I can make it up to the lead in this race, then maybe I will have a shot of getting myself back in the hunt, potentially. It's also if I can be more consistent than the AI. And I'm right behind a Nemesis, trying to see if I can get a run. And I am now up into the lead after slotting in from the outside, and up to the lead I go. Could this be potentially a lap record I am breaking here? Maybe. Could this lap be quick enough for the lap record, I wonder? We will wait and see. But anyway. I do manage to catch it, in spite of me almost scraping the wall there. But either way, able to keep my car mostly on track. And here comes Nemesis, who makes a little contact there with me. But anyways, I win.
You beat the lap record. You won the race.
Correction. I demolished the lap records. Anyways, I win. And wow. That is quite significant for... Who finished second in the previous race? Was it Chump or was it Bullet? I think it was Bullet. Still, he goes from second to last in only the second race, and now I'm definitely up to third.
Congratulations! You beat the best time and lap record for this track.
Wonderful. Well, I think that's certified me now as a contender, and wow. I demolished my previous best lap time at this track. Beat it by well over 4 seconds. Anyways, so I'm now propelled up to second position, 2 points behind Nemesis, and because I know the AI don't tend to be that consistent when it comes to situations like these, I should have the pace to potentially work my way up to the lead. And that's if I remain consistent long enough. Because I have learned tournaments are normally won on consistency. They are not won by domination, but they will of course be won by elimination. Well, they will mainly be won by concentration. But for now at least, as a result of what happened in the previous race, I think my odds of potentially getting myself into the lead of the championship now are potentially good ones here, if I can manage to get some consistency under my belt. And I almost went straight into that inside concrete in the tunnel. Pretty sure if I was any closer that would have been disastrous. But either way, at the moment at least, fuck off. Yeah, I think it's fair to say I have got a heavy disadvantage in terms of straight line speed. But at least I can say this car handles pretty well, which I think is the main thing. It would also be nice if Frost could potentially get past Nemesis, and then I could basically follow him through. Oh, he is getting loose there. But I'm really going to try my hardest not to run into him. But anyways, yeah, something tells me this could be a lap record. But anyway, yeah, there's no real use in fighting him for the position there. It is fair to say parity is definitely going to be one of the contributing factors here.
You're in third place. It's the final lap.
And there he goes. And Nemesis tried to shut the door on me, but I was already well in position before he even had a shot, and I think Frost just hit the wall. Well, I'm pretty sure someone hit the concrete in the center of the tunnel. But either way, I'm now up to the point, and providing of course I do not get barged out of the way by Frost in his Lamborghini, I could potentially go onwards to win what could be my second race of the International Supercar Series. Even though I have a deficit in terms of straight line speed, if I can manage to remain consistent long enough, then that should be the ticket I need in order to potentially score a good result, maybe even a win here. And that's a wall. Oh, doesn't matter. Apparently Frost thought it was a good idea to give me a head start. But anyway, he has passed me now, but oh, penis. Okay. Oh, okay. Did not think I was going to avoid the trees there, but somehow I did it. And not gonna get him. But at least it means I'll take the points lead.
You beat the lap record. You placed second.
Yeah, I'll take second. I basically knew this championship was going to be parity based, but at least I can say I was able to set a new lap record. In spite of me ploughing into that lamp post on the second lap, I still set the lap record.
Congratulations! You've beat the best time and lap record for this track.
Yeah, there's definitely going to be some parity involved in this championship, methinks, because we've already had 3 races and immediately we already have 3 winners. Anyways, 3 races down and still 4 to go. Hopefully the next 2 races will not be quite as dependent on speed. I think I should have the points lead now, if I'm not mistaken. I did not check the point standings coming into this race, but I think I probably do have the points lead now, as far as I know, because, well, I've just been more consistent than the AI appears to have been at this stage, and hopefully it will manage to win me this championship. Hopefully. Well, I guess we won't know until we see who's starting on pole. That's probably the main thing. And yep, I am the points leader, because I'm starting on pole. So here we go then. There we go, that's better. I think as far as I know this should be a good track for me because, well, even though there is speed, there's also plenty of corners here. I am hopeful in saying this will manage to play into my favour over Frost in his Lamborghini. I think it's going to be a battle of Porsche versus Lamborghini in this championship, as far as I know. Obviously the Diablo having the straight line speed advantage, but me technically having the cornering advantage because I have better handling. And couldn't really do anything about Frost there in his Diablo. And he's now shot up ahead of me. Was not going to avoid the wall there as much as I desperately tried to. I think it's fair to say the AI are clearly better than me at this stage.
You're in second place. It's the final lap.
But either way, as long as I don't lose too many points to Frost up ahead of me, then hopefully this will manage to be a hard-fought result and the damage won't be too great at the end of the day, just for me to ultimately get the result. Especially since I know there is tens of thousands going to the winner of this event. I am closing in on Frost in his Lamborghini, and handling is my main contributor at this stage. It looks as though it'll basically be what I need to keep me in contention. But I have noticed the acceleration of the AI is clearly superior to me. And it is going to be interesting to see who will be the winner at the end of the day. But anyway. And that's a wall. And I just lost second. Well, let's see what happens here. Anyways.
You beat the lap record. You placed third.
Shit's getting intense. I think that's also going to give Frost the points lead now.
3.
I'm pretty sure of it. But anyway. Hopefully Durham Road will manage to present some more parity.
Congratulations! You've beat the best time and lap record for this track.
If I do manage to beat this, I will be amazed. But yeah, I'm basically just setting lap records all over the place at the moment. And I am now down to second. So Frost has the points lead now by a single point over myself and Nemesis. This is definitely going to be a three-way fight to see who wins. Hopefully, since we are on a bit more of the complex circuits for the rest of this thing, I might be able to pull this off. And if I don't, then it's going to be pretty clear to say that I will need to make sure I put on all 3 upgrades before starting this event when I come back for attempt 2. As in, I need to make sure this car is at its absolute best before I consider doing this whole thing again.
3.
Anyways, here we go.
1, go!
Maybe this will work out in my favour, maybe it won't. But either way, as long as I'm still in the hunt, it at least means that I will be here to keep digging. And I still cannot avoid scraping the fence there. No matter what I do to avoid it, it always just seems to get me connected to some sort of magnetic field. As in, I think that fence itself is just literally made from magnets. Because I honestly just cannot seem to avoid it. No matter how desperately I try to stay out of it, it always seems to find a way of pulling me in. And apparently I am going faster than these corners can handle at the moment. These are very intense times at the moment. But either way, if I can manage to win here, then it should put me back in the lead.
You're in first place. It's the final lap.
I think. If I can just maintain my consistency long enough, then I should be successful in pulling this off. And this time, I actually managed to avoid the fence in that one corner. Well, at least I can say the corners are helping me out. So it is fair to say this track is definitely about handling. And it also amazes me to say that for the moment at least, things are actually working out in my favour. especially considering how I was close to finishing second at Celtic Ruins and yet didn't manage to quite get the job done at the end of the day because of my straight line speed deficit. But anyway, I'm here again now, and it looks as though I am going to score my second win of the International Supercar Series.
You beat the lap record. You won the race.
I wonder where Frost finished. Is this going to put me back in the lead? Oh, and my laptop is running low on battery again. Oh, he finished in last. This is going to be significant for the points race, because as a result of me winning and Frost finishing last, that should put me back in the lead. Oh, I think I know precisely what happened to Frost now. He basically got airborne and then hit the tunnel.
Congratulations! You've beat the best time and lap record for this track.
Yeah, I seem to be setting all sorts of records at the moment. And I'm not only just setting records, I'm basically demolishing my previous records. Anyways, 5 races down, and still got another 2 races to go now. I lead by 3 points over Nemesis. Frost is now dropped down to 3rd as a result of him finishing last. Bullet is 4th ahead of Chump, and Ranger is still in last. So at the moment at least, the Porsche, consistency-wise, is proving to currently be the best car. And now, we move on to Dolphin Cove for our penultimate race. Still plenty more that can happen in these last 2 races, but for now at least, consistency is managing to keep me in the hunt, and it's also able to keep me out in front as the leader. Speed may not be my friend, but at least I can say consistency and handling at the moment is proving to be my friend, which is the reason why I'm now leading this thing by 3 points. Anyways, here we go.
2, 1, go!
2 races left now. I also know how short these first 5 gears are. Well, first 4 gears technically, but it is fair to say I am managing to at least get some momentum going here. In this championship. And for the moment at least, I am currently the leader, even though I'm quite sure I'm probably going to lose that in just a matter of seconds or something. And I've lost it to Nemesis. Well, hopefully since the next portion of this track is cornering, maybe I can manage to somehow fight back. Potentially speaking, of course. And well, at least I can say the corners are proving to help me here, even though I can basically assure you in saying I'm terrible at driving this course at night, because I can barely see this course if it's at night. But either way, I am somehow still able to put up my dukes and show my fists.
You're in first place. It's the final lap.
And I just hit some houses there. Oh well. Anyways. Cornering is proving... the corners are proving to be my friend at this stage, because I have noticed that last part of the course is proving to be what gets me back out in front. And made a little bit of contact there with Nemesis as we went through the hairpin, as we're now heading through the trees once again. And just trying to keep myself in the hunt, using basically whatever techniques I can use to keep me digging for the gold. I really do hope the next race does not become a night race, because that, I can assure you, is probably the last thing I want right now. But anyway, I'm still here. I have not given up. I'm still fighting for the lead, and hoping I can manage to extend on the points lead I already have. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Got it.
That's your best lap. You won the race.
That was intense. But somehow, I pulled it off. So, won by less than a second over Nemesis, and Frost finished third in the end of that race. So, I think that should put me up to a 5-point lead now, if I'm not mistaken. So, I think I should be in a good position to get the championship clinched if I finish on the podium. That should give me the title by default, because I've been consistent.
Congratulations! You've got a top time for this track.
Although, one thing I can tell you is, it is definitely not fun driving around these tracks at night. Especially if it's around the technical tracks, where you can hardly see where the track is. But still, it is fair to say this is definitely proving to be a meat grinder when it comes to repair bills. So, 5-point advantage over Nemesis going into Snowy Ridge, and Frost is pretty much going to secure third regardless of what Bullet does behind him. But anyways, here we are. Final race of the International Supercar Series, and it takes place at Snowy Ridge. As long as I can finish on the podium, I should pretty much have the championship made. I don't have to win this next race, but I do need to finish on the podium in order to score the championship on points alone. And I am now having frame rate issues all of a sudden. Should I pause it? I might consider pausing it, just so I can give you the best quality for this. I really cannot wait until I get a new computer. But anyway, pausing it for a moment so I can deliver you the best quality for the last race. Anyways, back to the championship.
Three, two, one, go!
Okay, I think I've got the issue sorted out now. And here we are then at Snowy Ridge. And this, I would imagine, is going to be another track based on handling, judging by how many corners there are. I now know at least I do not have to win this final race in order to score the championship, because I'm pretty sure by now I've already got the championship more or less secure. As long as I finish on the podium, that should pretty much give me the championship regardless of what Nemesis does at this stage. Frost is now no longer a contender for the championship here, and at least I can say there is nothing to interfere with me ultimately having my first ever experience of driving round Snowy Ridge. But anyway. Oh, fuck you. He literally pushed me into the mountain. You motherfucker. You will pay dearly for that. Okay, I probably would have wanted to attack him, but well, at least I can say I showed him some displeasure. Well, at least I can say I'm not completely an outside contender for this thing. Fuck off. Anyways.
You're in second place. It's the final lap.
One lap down and one lap to go. I can pretty much say the championship is more or less clinched as long as I finish on the podium. Chances of me winning this race now are becoming more and more unlikely. But I'm still digging at this stage, and I have not given up. Regardless of everything that has been going against me at this stage of the race. But either way, I'm still a contender. And now I am not. Well, I still need to finish on the podium. Because I really don't want this to come down to a tiebreaker. But yeah, this has definitely been... But yeah, I can definitely say this has been an extortion show in terms of me trying to limit the damage at this stage. And I really don't want this to come down to a tiebreaker, because if it does, then basically I might win this, but it depends on knowing if the game will give the tiebreaker to me. And I really don't know about my chances now at this stage, because I am not doing a good job at the moment. And this is going to be a tiebreaker, isn't it?
That's your best lap. You placed fourth.
Although then again, I will have won 3 races before, so maybe this game will give me the tiebreaker, since that's what happened last time. Oh yeah, I need a replay shot of this thing. And if I don't wind up winning the championship, then I'm just gonna have to try again. For fuck's sake. I really cannot wait until I get myself an actual computer to record all of this. Honestly, my attempts of trying to get through this have just been atrocious. I just hope the game is able to give me the tiebreaker. Because if it isn't, then well, I'm gonna be pissed. Okay, anyways. Moving on. I would rather forget that run.
Congratulations! You beat the best time for this track.
But somehow I got the best overall time. Don't know how, don't know why, but I got the best overall time. For 2 laps. Even though I basically did too much crashing. But at least I can say the game gives me the tiebreaker. Even though I'm pretty sure I'll have to try this again so I can get more money. But whatever. Doesn't matter because I still score the tiebreaker over Nemesis. Frost was 3rd, Bullet 4th, Chump finishes in 5th, and Ranger was last. Even though I will have to do this again for grinding purposes.
Congratulations! You have won the gold trophy!
Well, at least I get 280 grand in my purse now. You have won the International Supercar Series Gold Trophy and have been awarded the Snowy Ridge track. Your first place finish has unlocked the Porsche Pro Cup special event. Ooh. Anyways, we shall move on to saving the game. Because it is still progress at the end of the day, and regardless of how shite that run at Snowy Ridge was, because, well, I basically drove like a wanker, I still managed to score the tiebreaker, and that's all I care about. Plus I did score 3 wins, so, you know. It is good to know the game is at least able to give me the tiebreakers. But anyways, on to what our next event will be. And where is it? Here it is. So, the Porsche Pro Cup will be our next event in this game. And with that, stay tuned for more of Road Challenge.